So let's read the story for today about healthy carrot cake. The recipe for making a carrot cake calls for 6-8 cups of flour, and Ella will only prepare 1/2 of the recipe. How much cup of flour will she use? Now in this given problem, we are going to multiply because of the word of in the 1/2 of the recipe. So basically, if you're going to multiply a fraction, the key word that we are going to use usually the word of. So when you say 1/2 of the recipe, so we are going to find for the answer through multiplication of fraction. Now how to multiply fractions? Steps in multiplying fractions. First, you multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. Then, if the product is an improper fraction, change it to mixed numbers. We will know if it is improper if the numerator is greater than the denominator. Then lastly, express the product in simplest form. Now let's answer the question earlier, or the story problem. So the recipe for making a carrot cake calls for 6-8 cups of flour. Ella will only prepare 1/2 of it, 1/2 of the recipe. So the equation for that is, what is 1/2? So the equation that you're going to write is 1/2 of 6/8. When you say word of, that means you are going to multiply. That's multiplication. So again, by following the steps, you just have to multiply the numerators, which is 1 times 6 is 6. Then multiply the denominators, which is 16. Then, if it is improper, you are going to change it into a mixed number, but as you can see, it's a proper fraction. So let's just proceed to simplify it to lowest term. So to find the lowest term, using the continuous division method, because 6 and 16 has a common factor of 2. So we have 3, and then this is 8. So 3 and 8 is now the final answers. So 1/2 of 6/8 is 3/8. So going back, how much cup of flour will she use? She will use, or Ella will use, 3/8 cup of flour. Now, what if it is a mixed fraction? In this example, 2 and 2/3 multiplied by 6/9. So what you're going to do is to change the mixed number to improper fraction. To change a mixed number to improper fraction, this is the step. 2 and 2/3. You multiply the numerator and the whole number. Then the answer, you add it to the numerator. So we have 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Then copy the denominator, which is 3. So the improper fraction of 2 and 2/3 is 8/3. So we have 8/3. Again, you just have to multiply the denominator and the whole number. Then the answer, you add it to the numerator, then copy the denominator. So change the mixed number to improper fraction. Next, since the other factor, which is 6/9, is already a proper fraction, then you just have to multiply the numerator. So 8 times 6 is 48. Then multiply the denominators, which is 27. Now, if the product is improper fraction, change it to mixed number. So now it's improper fraction. It's not in the lowest term, or it's not in final answer. It's not the final answer. So you have to change this improper to a proper fraction. So always the final answer is not in a improper fraction. So we have 48. To change this into a mixed number, you just have to divide. So 48 divided by 27, we have 1 7 to 121. Therefore, the quotient is 1. It is the whole number. Then the remaining, the remainder, which is 21, is the new fraction or the new numerator. Then copy the denominator, which is 27. So the answer is 1 and 21 over 27. But we are going to simplify it to its simplest form or to its lowest term. 21 and 27 has its common factor. So we have lowest term, which is 21, and 27. We have its common, which is 3. So 21 divided 3 is 7, 27 divided 3 is 9. So there is no other common prime number between 7 and 9. So the answer is 7 9s. But do not forget the whole number, which is 1. Therefore, the answer is 1 and 7 9s. So again, in multiplying mixed fraction, all you have to do is to change it to improper fraction if it's a mixed number. Then go back to steps in multiplying fractions. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Then if it is improper fraction, change it to mixed number, then simplify it to lowest term. Now next, what are the steps in multiplying whole number to mixed fraction? As you can see in the example, 6 times 2 and 1/4. So first is to put 1 as a denominator of the whole number. So to make the whole number a numerator and 1 as a denominator, so we have 6 over 1. Then change the mixed number to improper fraction, because you cannot multiply a whole number and then another fraction. So you need to make it into a fraction form or improper fraction. So again, 2 and 1/4. What are we going to do? We just have to multiply the denominator and the whole number, which is 4 times 2 is 8. Then add it to the numerator, which is 9. Then copy the denominator, which is 4. Therefore, 2 and 1/4 is equals to 9 over 4 for the improper fraction. Then simply multiply the numerators and then the denominators, 54 and then 4. Now, since it's improper fraction, we will change into a mixed number. So 54 divided by 4, we have 1, 4, 1, 14, that is 3, 12, 2. Therefore, the answer is 13 for the whole number, because that's the quotient. The remainder is 2. That's a new numerator. Copy the denominator, which is 4. Now, this is not the final answer, since 2 and 4 has its common prime number for the lowest term, 2 and 4. Okay, so the answer is 1 over 2. And do not forget to write the whole number. So the answer is 13 and 1/2. So if it is a whole number, you just have to put 1 as the denominator. Then if the other factor is a mixed number, you change first into an improper fraction first. Then multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Then if it's improper, change it into mixed, then simplify it to its lowest term. Let's have more examples. What is the product of 3, 8, and 5, 7? When you say product, that's the answer in multiplication. So, since they are just simple fractions, 3, 8 times 5, 7, we just have to multiply right away the numerators, which is 3 times 5, 15. Multiply the denominators, which is 56. So, let's check if the 15 and 56 has its common prime numbers or common factor, aside from 1. 15, it's not divisible by 2. It's not also divisible by 3 for the 56. 4, it's not. 5, it's not. Therefore, this is already in its simplest form. 15 over 56. The answer is 15 over 56. Next, what is 1 and 2/3 times 2/5? So 1 and 2/3 times 2/5. All you have to do is to, since this is a mixed number, change into a improper fraction by multiplying 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Therefore, 5 over 3, just copy the denominator. Then the new equation now is 5 over 3 times 2 over 5. Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. Then get the lowest term. 10 and 15, we have 5, that is 2, that is 3. So, no other common prime number, so we have 2/3 as the answer, 2/3. You can also, other way of multiplying this, since 5 and as the numerator and the 5 is the denominator, you can cross that out. Then the remaining would be, because if you're going to divide 5 divided by 5 is 1. So it was 1, and this is 1. So 1 times 2 is 2, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So you will arrive right away to its lowest term. It's just your choice, so you can just multiply the numerators with denominators, or if there is a common in the numerator and the denominator, you can divide it or cross or cancel out. Then you will arrive to its lowest term, whichever you prefer to use. Next, what is 2 multiplied by 3, 6? So 2 times 3, 6. So again, if it's a whole number, all you have to do is to put 1 as the denominator, then you multiply. So 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 6 is 6. 6 over 6 is an improper fraction, so you have to change into a whole number, so 6 over 6 is equals to 1. Therefore, 2 times 3, 6 is equals to 1. Next. What is 1 and 1/4 multiplied by 4? So 1 and 1/4 times 4. For the new equation, you just have to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, over 4. If this is a whole number, you just put 1 as the denominator, then multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Now let's divide since it's improper. 20 divide 4. That is 5, that is 20, no more remainder. The answer is simply 5. Do not write 5, and then since there's no remainder, usually you will write 0 over 4. Or 4 over 5. No, it's wrong. If the quotient is 5, then there is no remainder, then this is already the answer, the whole number. There is no more fraction, because since there's no remainder, if there's remainder, then that is the numerator, then you copy the denominator. But if there's no remainder, the answer is a whole number. Next, what is the value of n in the equation? So as you can see, there are 3 factors we are going to multiply. So you multiply one by one. You can do 7 times 4 first. Then you can put 1 as a denominator. We have 8 over 7. Then multiply it to 1 and 1/2. So 1 and 1/2, but we need to change this to an improper first. So we have 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So the new equation is 8, 7 times 3 over 2. So we have 24 over 14. So 24 divided by 14 is 1, that's 14, 10. Therefore, the answer is 1 and 10 over 14. Then simplify it to its lowest term, 10, then 14, that is 2, 5, 7. The answer is 1 and 5 over 7. So, fractions are everywhere. Any value of anything that is not a whole number is a fraction. After all, that is what a fraction is, a part of a whole. And there are parts of a whole everywhere. You can try baking a cake without using fractions. You would either have a really poor tasting cake, or you would have a cake the size of a refrigerator or the size of any small cake.